Hey up, I'm Guy Kesteven and I've been riding the North York moors all my life. But today I'm here to talk you around the new Rievaulx Raider 37 kilometres, well 36 and a bit kilometre gravel mountain bike explorer route that we've just set up here at Sutton Bank. So Sutton Bank, superb place to come and ride your bike. You've got Sutton Bank bikes who do hire, kids of all ages, e-bikes as well. You've got tramper hire. There's the new truffled hog calf, and there's the National Park Centre as well, where you can get all sorts of gifts, local knowledge, guides, maps, everything you need to have a brilliant time here at Sutton Banks. And there aren't just these new 3 gravel explorer routes that we've put in. We've also got 3 mountain bike routes. There's a 2 bike skills area, a pump track over the road, and then a kids skills area just next to the bike shop here. Plus there's all sorts of activities for the family, like nature areas. There's a historic area with old roundhouses, things like that. Just a fabulous place to come for a day out with the family. But as I say, today I'm here to show you around the Rievaulx Raider, which is a route we've put together to showcase the absolute best of this area. Super diverse landscape, amazing history, including the beautiful Rievaulx Abbey, Iron Age hill forts, Bronze Age barrows, and we've even got some modern history courtesy of the chap I'm riding with today. I'll introduce him in a minute once we're on the bike. But yeah, incredible views, stunning scenery, cafes, pubs, just everything you need to have an absolutely fantastic day on the bike. So we're going to jump on the bikes now and get ourselves out onto the North York moors to ride more and explore more, because why wouldn't you want more? So first off, a little bit of road work as we look over Ryedale. It's kind of your bread and butter workplace, isn't it?
This is my backyard, yeah.
Yeah. So as off Julian, the Yorkshire Vet, if you watch that on the TV. So he's coming with me today. Both of us just been loving riding this area for absolute donkey's years, and why not? Absolutely beautiful. But as we're coming along here, don't get too lost in the view and the chat, because I have to take a little detour onto the path, and you can see those are the signs we're following to start with. It's not a signed route. You know, these explorer routes, that's why they're called explorer, because there's a bit of either use your GPX on your computer or your map to keep you on track. How do? But these are designed as a bit of an adventure. So the mountain bike routes are waymarked, but these gravel explorer routes currently aren't. But they're all on legal trails, and they do make good use of the existing cycle path, single track infrastructure around here. And why wouldn't you? It's absolutely fantastic. Keeps you away from the traffic, so you can just enjoy your cycling in beautiful surroundings in perfect peace. Skylarks singing up high already. Ah, beautiful day to be out here. And this route really brings home what a stunning and diverse landscape this is. Between farmland like this, with these huge panoramic views, and then some proper raw moorland, and then the little sheltered villages around Rievaulx and Arden Hall. Proper picture postcard stuff. And then of course, got the stunning site, Rievaulx Abbey, which is what gives this Rievaulx Raider route its name. Here we go. Here's the view we've been waiting for. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Rightly regarded as one of the finest views in England. And now we've got a little bit of technical single track, plus straight into some old history, because these little lumps and bumps here are actually what remains of the ramparts of an old Iron Age fort just shows what an important area this has always been for those incredible views over the Vale of Mowbray, over to the Dales. If you could build a hill fort up here, or have your burial mound up here, you are proper flexing your power in the area. I mean, this is a shared option with the two other gravel explorer routes, but also the official mountain bike routes out of Sutton Bank. And these are the mountain bike trails I was on about. You've got the Fort Trail, the Paradise Trail and the Drovers Trail. And your Fort Trail actually peels back there and all the way down to the descent. And you can see the fire road at the bottom there, it comes back up there. As does the Paradise Trail. So again, you know, they're a bit more chunky, a bit more mountain bikey in theme, whereas, you know, this route's gravel bike, like I'm riding, or Julian's on his mountain bike. So, you know, there's basically a massive diversity of routes on this route. All right? Right. Just need to be a bit careful here. So we're dropping down to the road and crossing here, and you might have people straining up or zooming down, because that's Boltby Bank. And it's a steep one. But now we're into the edge of the beautiful Boltby Forest. Again, like I say, such a diversity of habitat and landscape on this route. You've got your woods like this, your moorland, your farmland, your history, all in just under 40k of riding. So many reasons to come up to Sutton Bank on a bike. More to do, more to explore. Just North York more. Now we're coming up to Paradise Farm. Somewhere you know well, Julian.
Yes, I've been in many times for their food and drink and sustenance, and also to look after a multitude of animals.
Yeah, yeah. He was saying, I think, Sausage the dog ate a bag of raisins.
We've just seen Sausage
yeah.
down there. Yeah.
You'll always see Sausage when you come here. A beautiful spot. Oh yeah, all sorts going on there. Particularly food and drink, but also B&B and camping. If you want to stay in this area and make the absolute most of these routes. Sorry, sausage and raisins.
Sausage and raisins, yeah.
Doesn't sound like a good combo.
Well, it's a tasty combo, but not if the other dog.
We've just come along the single track through the top of Boltby Forest. And now it's time to get out onto the moors. I was just about to say there, Julian, vital that people close gates.
Absolutely, yeah.
And look out. I mean, you'll know more than most because you're obviously deep embedded in the farming community. But,
yeah.
You know, this is a working landscape.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's important to not only leave the gates as you found them, but look after them. Don't bash them or stand at the wrong end or climb over them. Round here, most of the gates are very well maintained by the farmers, actually. So it's another reason to come mountain biking and gravel biking on these lovely trails, because everything's in perfect condition. Yeah,
and also be aware of the season as well, because it's lambing season at the moment.
Yeah.
So there's going to be, you know, some sheep maybe still in lamb, and you obviously don't want to disturb a ewe because there's a risk she'll miscarriage or she's heavy and she'll break a leg or anything like that. And then you've got the young lambs who don't know which way's up.
No, they're enjoying the sunshine. I mean, on the moor now, I don't think we'll see any sheep because they'll be down lower land, but yeah, different times of the year.
And then you've got shooting season as well in summer.
Yeah,
and
be careful there, you don't want to get peppered.
But yeah, respect the environment, enjoy it. I mean, the whole thing about the North York Moors, it is a big community.
Yeah.
And it works better when everybody works to enrich that community.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, I've been mountain biking around these trails for about probably 30 years, maybe more, and everybody's very friendly. Some areas of the country, perhaps farmers don't like mountain bikers, and you know, there's a bit of antagonism, but around here riders are all very respectful, and we get a lot of respect back, I think. So it's a harmonious kind of situation here. Yeah.
So let's keep it that way, because some of these farmers will definitely tell you if you haven't.
Oh, they'll tell you if you're doing it wrong. If you're in the wrong place. Yeah. So,
that's the joy of Yorkshire. Yeah. And now you can see this ancient drove road stretching all the way over the moor, and that's actually the route of the Hambleton Horizons route. That takes you all the way up towards Motherley over Black Ambleton Hill there. But this has been a cattle drove way for centuries. Millennia, probably. It's been a motorway. I guess that's what you call a road for driving cows along.
Yeah.
You know, connecting Scotland and London, basically. It's the old A1. If you were a medieval cow, this is the A1. And then over these walls, you've actually got a Bronze Age barrow cemetery as well. So you're talking burial mounds from 3,000 years ago.
Is that over to the left?
Yeah. But I'm not going to do that thing where I talk to the camera too much and I miss the turning, because we're going right here. Back inland to switch landscapes again. I mean, does gravel riding get much more perfect than this? I don't think so. Utterly deserted. Smooth rolling, all weather tracks. Under an incredible sky with the North York moors peeling away in front of us. How bad is it, Julian?
It's just about perfect day and a perfect place to come riding.
Right, you just need to be a little careful coming down here. It's a nice little descent, but as you can see, the surface is quite loose. And most importantly, there's a gate at the bottom. And I may have a history of arriving at that gate a little too quickly, particularly on a tandem. So, enjoy the downhill, but don't go too mad. And now we're rolling downhill, overlooked by Hornby Hill. Lambs and mums are relaxing in the field. Sunlight glinting through the trees. Not bad, not bad. North York moors, not bad. Now we're into Hornby village with the owl, ready to serve your refreshments. There's a village shop as well, isn't there? I think, Julian, down the bottom?
Of the hill, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Sorry.
where we're going?
Yeah, we're going there. So I'm going to put the camera back on before I do myself a mischief one-handed. Well, again, just look at it. Absolutely picture perfect.
I mean, it
So,
really is, isn't it?
yeah. Take your time, take in the views. Don't scare the locals or the wildlife. And here we're crossing over the River Rye again. It gives Ryedale its name. Now then, talking of history, there's some retro tractors out for a roll. Alright, you never know what you're going to meet out here. Little turn off the road here, and we're going up a while. So, settle in for a bit of a spin. Certainly if you're on a gravel bike, from memory, this gets quite steep. But you know, like I say, take it at your own pace. The whole point of this is to enjoy it, not strain yourself and have a miserable time. So if you need to hop off and smell the flowers, crack on.
Do we go left?
Yes. This is where Julian has a bit of advantage on that mountain bike with the lower gears. We're up. And now we're on some easier going. Again, these ancient drove roads and farm tracks have just had so many stories, so many personal histories played out on them. Hundreds, thousands of years. Hobnailed boots, hoof prints, farmers' lads, farmers' maids. So many stories. I love to just think about what might have happened in these places. That's a beautiful old restored field down there as well. And a pheasant. Again, so much wildlife around here. So much history. That's a beauty, that.
Nice barn, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice to see it still being used as a barn, not some Desres for London incomers.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my Yorkshire bit there, wasn't it? It's a prime example of where you just need to be a bit mindful of the landscape you're in. We've got sheep and lambs in the field. Well, a lovely descent, but now's not the time to be a downhill hero. Just be aware of where you're riding. Keep yourself and your bike under control at all times, and everybody will be welcoming us bikers back again, and the lambs won't be stressed, the sheep will all be fine, and everybody will just have a nice time. And when you get views like that, that's your reward. How do, little fella? How do? And now we're heading down for tea time at Rievaulx. And again, you know, just be careful on the descents. You will get other folk using them, whether that's farm traffic or bikers or horse riders. Be nice, stay high, take your time enjoying it. And just appreciate the VIP access you can get with a bike to places like this. It'll be a long old walk. You'd only get a bit of this route on foot, and you'd never get here in a car. Oh, flowers are out in full effect today as we drop down into Rievaulx for the history highlight, and a loo and a tea room as well, if you need to top up or empty out. Customers there, Julian?
So can I have a time to take a photo?
Oh, absolutely. And of course, there is the beautiful remains of Rievaulx Abbey. Absolutely stunning site. It's really interesting history to it as well. I'll let you read up on that, but yeah, you might be surprised about some of the stories surrounding one of the abbots at some time. And of course, a hugely important part of the medieval industry and community around here. These, you know, the monasteries were, I mean, I know you had kings and queens, but it was really the monasteries that controlled everything on a day-to-day level. You know, massive agriculture, massive landholdings, and of course, you know, looking after the spiritual good of their flock, as well as the flocks themselves. And beer, a lot of beer. So, yeah. And speaking of which, there's a tea room just around the corner and a little museum. So, if you're feeling thirsty for a cup of tea and a cake, or to just learn a bit more about Rievaulx Abbey, then you can pop in here with your English heritage card and quench your thirst for both. But we're going to carry on rolling down the River Rye. I mean, if you like your Instagram or your beautiful pictures, you're going to be absolutely frothing for this route. Hey, look. Don't look at me, look at that, that's beautiful. Rievaulx Bridge Cottage itself. And the beauty of this, it's literally minutes away from the A19 off the A1. So super easy to get to. And all those fantastic facilities at Sutton Bank as well. And don't worry about signs like this. This route is entirely legal. So yeah, no mixed vehicles, but it's all a bridle way that you find to ride on a bike. Right, we have to be quiet here, so you don't want to disturb the fishermen. But there's some of the beautiful old fish ponds. And I think they might be the old remains of the monastic ones from Rievaulx. Either way, just another stunning bit, just another different landscape you're seeing on this ride. Amazing how many different aspects of Yorkshire you get in a relatively short loop. No, do you know what? We haven't seen a car. Yeah, sorry, Julian's just said how incredibly peaceful it's been as well. Apart from me rattling on.
Apart from all the chat.
But that's the joy of gravel, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's off the beaten track and no cars to get in the way.
Yeah.
It could be better.
And you don't, you know, ride as much of it as you want, walk as much of it as you want, have a picnic wherever you want. Well, you know, don't have it in a farmer's yard. You probably get a collie getting involved, but yeah, just take your time. Make the most of it. Just breathe in this beautiful landscape. And again. Oh, this is what modern life needs, isn't it, as an antidote?
Absolutely, every Friday should be filled with something like this. You get to call this work guide.
I'll have to edit that bit out. I was going to say something like, you know, in a modern world you need a timeless landscape to escape. There you go, we can have that tagline for free, North York Moors. I better pay attention to the GPS now.
Yeah, let's not get lost.
Oh, yeah, we've already got lost. We've already got lost. There's a little bridge over there.
That's where we're going, is it?
If you're feeling brave, you can go over that, or you just go around the turn. Come on, let's try it. Go on, Julian, you're on a mountain bike.
Oh, easy.
That's how you do it.
I bet you can even do that on a gravel bike, guys.
Yeah, like Julian's just pointed out, you can see they're actually like little mini boats to cope with the flow of the stream going down. And I guess, you know, free them up from any sticks or anything getting stuck in them.
Will they be ancient then, do you think?
Well, they're not plastic.
Like brought here by monks?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be at all surprised, you know. I mean, it's just there's big monks' trods up on the moors elsewhere, aren't there? So there's big stone flagged walkways. So
Looks similar to those.
yeah, well, it's quicker than building a bridge, and you can see all the old working marks on them as well.
With a non-slip surface for bikes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
perfect. Peer pressure is a terrible thing. Oh, hey! There we go. It's gravel bike compliance all the way around. Who says we don't test these routes out for you? Oh, and then I do believe we're over this little bridge here. Ah, you see, now we've got a gravel bike advantage. Narrow bars for the win. Then I do believe we go through the stream up here. Here's a bit of adventure for you folks. There we are. Proper off-roading. There is a bridge, by the way, if you don't want to get your feet wet. Oh, wild garlic. That's giving me an appetite. Luckily, there's obviously a cafe at Sutton Bank, as well as Rievaulx. I like to make sure you're well fed and enjoying the ride. And again, this is where your gravel bikes and your mountain bikes are such a win. If you're on a road bike and couldn't pedal up your hill, you're walking up a road with cars and traffic, and if you want to hop off and push up here, it's bluebells and garlic and pheasants and beautiful tweety birds. Or it's a fun challenge. See how far you can get up. And another highlight of this track is the most pointless gate in Yorkshire. Come on, Julian, dig deep. I mean, never mind. Still an absolutely beautiful spot. Now here's a beautiful bit of dry stone walling and blossom. Should make this the thumbnail, really. Here's a little taste of some slightly techie single track. Just getting in the mood to maybe do some more of those mountain bike routes from Sutton Bank. We thought we'd put it at the end just as a little taster, so if it's not your cup of tea, you're nearly back anyway, and you don't have to worry about this kind of nonsense again. Firstly, I think it's rather grand. Just watch out for these rocks when it's damp. They're quite slippery. There we go, another valley. I reckon you'd never have found on foot. And certainly not in a car. celandines now, I think. Or buttercups, I don't know. You will. Again, nature. Let's just bracket it under nature. Do you know your flowers, Julian, or just your animals?
I love the flowers, I like the flowers.
So what was that? Was that buttercups or celandines or?
I would think probably celandines at this time, but I was too busy concentrating on hearing.
See, that's why I'm trying to put you off by asking you difficult questions about flowers. It takes my minds off the climb.
I think you need the celandines.
Very good.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think that horse agreed with you. I heard someone whinny in the background. Probably recognises you. He might have quite literally have had a hand in his recuperation at some point. And of course, this whole area of the North York Moors and the Vale of Mowbray, it's not only home to amazing prehistoric and medieval history, it's also the home of James Herriot. Who better to talk about than that, eh, Julian? Because your original practice was James Herriot's practice, wasn't it?
Yeah, when I first came to work in Yorkshire, it was in Thirsk, in the old Herriot practice. So I was literally following in his footsteps. And I was just saying, all these lanes, most of my career I've been driving around them, treating the likes of the sheep in that field, chatting to the farmers, helping them.
Sheep in field.
And enjoying what James Herriot described as the finest view in England, which is just over this hill.
Yeah, I think we're heading back there now.
We are, yeah. It's been a good ride.
Yeah. So when they're done watching you on this, where do they catch you on Yorkshire Vet then?
Well, that's a good question. So Yorkshire Vet is now in its 20th series, would you believe? We've made well over 200 episodes and we've been doing it for 10 years.
You're a veteran veterinarian.
Veteran veterinarian. And it's still going. We're filming at the moment. I should, right at this moment, be...
It should be your Oscar speech, really.
Well, I should be visiting a skunk, which I castrated about 6 weeks ago, that needs a check. But I said I had a very important meeting.
I don't know about you, this looks like a better view
than
the far end of a skunk. But what channel you're on anyway?
Channel 5, Thursdays at 8 o'clock.
Right, and at Yorkshire Vet on the socials?
There's a Instagram and Facebook page, which is something along the lines of Yorkshire Vet, Channel 5, something.
Grand.
You'll find it if you're interested.
Yeah, and people can find out what happened to that skunk.
Exactly, yes. Watch this space.
And now we're rolling in, past the gallops. Do you do the race horses as well? Is that like your Formula 1 work, or is that a specialist do?
No, it's a bit specialist, veterinary. So
imagine it's like being a physician to the royal family.
Yeah.
That kind of case.
Normal vet. Like me.
But even out here, even on the road, just deserted, and views literally for miles. I really hope you've enjoyed this, coming along for this ride as much as we have. And I hope we'll see you out here yourselves soon.
Can I just say just a little bit? And thank you guys for dragging me along. It's my kind of home practice. I thought I knew it really well, like the back of my hand, but there's some further being on that didn't even know existed. So it's been a great morning. So thank you for having me.
But yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. Let you into a bit of local knowledge, so you can come here from wherever you are in the world and get a proper Yorkshire ride with a proper Yorkshire welcome. Speaking of which, I reckon it's time for tea and cake.
Time for a cuppa, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon so.
I know just the place.